Yeah, actually, the project I'm working on right now is a airport terminal, and it has a lot of architecturally exposed steel.
So what's the name of this project you're working on right now?
It's the Pittsburgh International Airport. I have a couple. I can share my screen, and I have some images.
That would be great.
This is a presentation I put together for a different topic. But you can see this is what the new Pittsburgh Airport Terminal is going to look like. It has this kind of wavy roof that's subdivided into 10 ribbons. So you can see each of these clear story windows kind of denotes where a ribbon starts and stops. And you can see from the inside in this image here that the roof is supported off of architecturally exposed steel tree columns. So these things kind of branch out with 4 branches out of a central trunk. So I'll show you, the airport authority put together a nice video. I don't know, can you hear the audio?
Oh no.
Okay. Well, there's not much audio anyway, it's just a backdrop. But this is where you'll walk in curbside, and then this is what we call the departures level. Let me go, yeah. So this is the departures level, and you can see that's where you'll drop off your bags and then make your way to the concourses. There's also some terraces that you see people were eating on there that are outside, so you can go inside and outside as you're experiencing the airport. It's both an indoor space and outdoor space.
That's really awesome. That's great.
Here, let me share a little bit more about this. So the actual structure of the roof, you have the roof, and it's supported on these tree columns, but the roof is really made up of what we're calling spine plate girders. So that's what you see. That's what you're seeing here. These are built-up members, and at the ends, they taper to form kind of a knife edge at the cantilever. And then you have the main support framing, and then you have the clear story framing, which is, it kind of frames out those windows that you saw in the view.
So I take it this project it's still going, so it's not completed.
It's not completed yet. We're going to be issuing 100% construction documents in early October. So construction has been going on, or sorry, design has been going on since about midway through 2018, so about 2 years ago, and we're just now nearing the end of design.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many types of like engineer majors discipline worked on this project?
Oh boy. Let's see, you have mechanical engineers, we have like civil roadway type engineers, you have structural engineers. We have some environmental folks that might have like an environmental science background that do some sustainability type consulting. I would say there's probably at least 5 engineering disciplines on the job. I mean, mechanical kind of gets lumped together because you have mechanical, electrical, plumbing engineers that are all kind of under one umbrella.
Oh, great, great. Yep. That's a lot of like disciplines.
Yeah.
A lot of work, yeah. So who benefits the most from this project?
Who benefits the most from this project? Let's see. Well, I would think it'd be the public, the traveling public. But also, you know, I guess the general population of Pittsburgh in general, because I think having a nice airport makes your city more welcoming for tourists. Yeah. It makes it more welcoming if that's your destination and origination airport. You know, like if you live in Pittsburgh, you want some place that's convenient to get to and get from. But I think that the passengers are really set to benefit from all the new amenities and all the space that they're going to have here in this airport.
That's great. So is there were like an environmental considerations regarding this project?
I don't know if you caught this in the video. They didn't really highlight it. The ceiling is actually a natural wood roof with wood that's sustainably harvested from nearby in Pennsylvania. So rather than using some sort of man-made material, they're using a natural material there in the building.
What was like on the work, like the perfect day working on this project? So what's the procedure? What's the process? How you start like the process for the project, like for like a specific day?
So I would say there's no perfect days no matter what you're doing. But there are a lot of good days when you get to work on a project like this. So early on, we were doing some, I would say, more high-level engineering. You know, we weren't refining sizes and coming up with the exact size that we needed. We were getting a rough order of magnitude to see, you know, is the system feasible? So for instance, for the tree columns, well, do we need 2 branches or do we need 4 branches? Not necessarily drilling into what the thickness of each branch needs to be and what the material strength needs to be, but just more a little bit high level. And then now, as we've progressed into design, we're really nailing everything down. We have forces that are finalized that we can use for design of all the components. Our analysis is generally complete. And so now it's really getting into the details and putting construction details together and thinking about how this thing comes together, how it's all assembled, and how it can be built.
Great. So like working on this project, I know everyone has like a specific title or specific like job description. So what was yours?
I'm the project engineer for the roof system that I showed you and the lateral system. So basically resisting the wind loads. There's not much seismic hazard here, so our lateral loads are really due to wind. This project is big enough that we've structured our team so that we have a principal in charge, who's the engineer of record, and then we have 2 project managers, and then we have a superstructure team leader, a foundations team leader, and then a roof and lateral team leader, which is myself.
Oh, great. That's great. So what's the most you like about this project?
I would say what I like the most is the challenge. Nothing is simple. There are some parts of it where you've done something similar before, but it's all brand new. The geometry is very complex. The loads are very high, so it's quite a challenge. And at times that can be you know, frustrating. And maybe you want something a little bit easier to deal with, something a little bit quicker. But in general, that's what makes projects like this so great and so fun to work on.
Great. So is there like anyone would you like to thank or acknowledge regarding this project?
Well, I mean, I think there are a number of people that have contributed to it. I mean, we have people working in our office. All of my colleagues that I work with, both here in this office, we're sharing work with other offices and relying on their expertise. I mean, everyone that has helped put the drawings together, everyone that's helped with the design, but also the architects. I mean, they came up with a you know, a great looking building that we get to support.
So like you mentioned the architect, so how is the chemistry between the structural engineer and the architect during the design phase?
Well, we are a sub-consultant to the architect. So the owner hires the architect and the architect hires us to figure out how to support, like physically support their design. And so we give them advice and guidance, and they rely on us, you know, to be their technical experts in structural engineering, because they don't have the expertise to determine these sizes and how big things need to be. So that's why they hire us. So I mean, we're very much a consultant to them, and they're definitely the quarterbacks, and we're here to support them.
Great. So does that mean like not all the ideas they come with it's good to go, like things that can be achieved?
Well, we can achieve anything. It's just at what expense. Be that expense, you know, money or time. There's always a way to do something, and that's kind of what we help inform. Is, you know, we tell them, yeah, we can definitely do this, but this is what it'll cost, and you know, the owner might be able to afford that, but then they wouldn't be able to afford this. So that's one of our roles, is to help them make informed decisions.
Great. Well, thank you, Zachary, for your time, and thank you for sharing all these informative information about this project.